Next time, I'm going to when is reaching fire? I'm on the road.
Nice. Nice like you.
Thank you.
What can one? Boa, Troidinho.
Sini munga hiyo chule. Sawa. Alfa Omni. Francis, unaanzia gani?
Come on, Roy, doing short.
Mechi ambazo zinaendelea kwa usiku wa leo tutakuwa na mechi za mwisho. Wale wengine wote ambao bado hawajapanda mezani tukutane kesho saa 4 kamili asubuhi.
Tunakamilisha mechi ambazo ndani saa hii, zile zingine zote ambazo zitaitwa zitaanzia kwa mtindo wa saa 4.
Toa tope kutosha. Meza zote zitapatikana.
Ele passa que munga, ele vai pôr voar. Só já ele puxa frente da cara. Ele tudo ele vai fazer aqui. Porque o meu é sai do mundo da. Mas a faca
My apologies, guys. I was commentating on another match while streaming another. The music is starting to be too loud. I may have to mute the rest of the video. Once again, if you don't hear any more sound, please understand the situation. It puts the streaming platform at huge risk. I may have to mute the rest of the video. I'm sorry guys, like you can hear, the music in the background is too loud to maintain this video safe with sound, and that's why I'm deciding to mute. Now it's there. It's now there. That's a little bit low, it can be safe. Microphone check. Comment section, sound check. That sound may be fair. Sound check. Microphone. Your microphone. Let me bring my juice. Guys, please pardon us. Sometimes when there is no clear sound, sometimes music dictates the quality of sound that we can have. Actually, by the regulations of this tournament, the tournament can go on from the organizers for any time that they may wish. However, for loud music, of course, the place where the comp is about, they permit us not to have music up to 10 p.m. each night. So when it gets to 10 p.m., then the DJ starts his work. So sometimes we really cannot do much, but at least there has been an explanation team on request. Then he played the music with a little bit of low sound, but Jerry doesn't shoot low. He shoots high, sometimes accurate, sometimes not. That one will be one of the very least expected misses maybe in the whole tournament from a player of Jerry's level. 3-3 between Roy Kabwe and Jeremiah Naidoo. They are racing to 9 for a place in the round of last 32 here at CUEMASTERS in Tanzania. It's one of those matches, if I'm not mistaken, by the way, there have been 2 straight victories for Roy against Jerry. And the last one was, I think, in the last tournament that was organized at this level. Yes, it was the Timbuktu International Pool Carnival. The country that is north of Tanzania, that is Kenya, in Eldoret. That match was won by Jerry in the round of last 64 after he had taken down Jerry's international comrade Aiden in the round of last 128. Yes, Raid was successfully victorious against both Jerry and Aiden on the same day in the same competition. Will he find the black now? With a bit of spin, he plays blue first. It is a foul. In the meantime, you are watching the competition that is, yes, here at CUEMASTERS in Tanzania, with a live commentary of this same feed on two platforms, that is QPixels Photography, I think Facebook and YouTube, and then Break and Finish Live. Facebook, Roy Kabwe and Jerry from Zambia and South Africa respectively, drawing 3-all, racing to 9. Whoever loses this match will be one of the early victims of the competition, not because they are losing to weak players, but because of the fact that the two are two of the players that will be expected into the prize bucket, into the money, and yet one of them will have to exit this competition in the next 30 minutes or so. Race to 9 being timed to not more than 90 minutes for the race. Jerry seemingly wanting to play snooker. There's that tempting frame opening shot. If he puts the blue, he's looking back to the corner pocket. White ball being played into the black. No, he's deciding to play it slow and play it cool. I'm not so certain how effective this shot will be. What I'm certain is that Jerry will not want to play to put the blue ball to that center pocket, either on left or right depending on the camera angle. It is left if you're watching on QPixels Photography, right if you're watching, sorry, right if QPixels Photography, then left if you're watching on Break and Finish Live. Off 1-2 questions. Will he find black? Looks like a foul. The rest is a formality. Royd Kabwe, the proud of Kabwe and Lusaka and Dola, just about to lead. After this very hard-fought frame, he will be enjoying full home support because he is at home, while his Zambian Royd is a player with CUEMASTERS Pool Club, the team that is based at this venue, supported by almost all the fans in and around the venue. Royd 4 and Jerry 3. And the other matches ongoing. I can see the young man that is called Richard Mushobe, family man, busy leading against a player from Kenya. Is he called Mrefu by 4 frames to 3? And there has been that big one between Kenya's Collins Tway and the Ugandan's Ibrahim Sejemba. That one ended 9 frames to 5. The Ugandan in the lead. Another Ugandan, Ian Kabwe, did defeat the Tanzanian Innocent Sami by 9 frames to 3. Victor Sinyiza, the Zambian, is taking on right now Pila Mazambani of South Africa. Not so certain what the scores are in that one. It's quite well anticipated though. An all Zambian clash in the ladies category between, I think it is Juliet Nyeka. And the lady that is playing for Chiefs Pool Club, I think she's called Messi. I'm not so certain about the scores. In that one, should be 3-2. For the one that you are watching, the Giant in red still trails. Sorry, the Giant in Jerry still trails again against Red by 4 frames to 3. By the way, it's quite a while since Jerry last won a major African comp like this one. If my memory will serve me right, it is as way back as 2022 when he won the first edition of the double elimination tournament at Queen Sports Club in Bulawayo. Yes, I now remember that in 2023 he won another, the Eswatini Pool Carnival in the Kingdom of Eswatini when he defeated Eswatini's finest player Nkosina Tibubezi in that final. And by the way, Bobezi has been eliminated from the competition in the round of last 64. For Jerry, he really has to start regaining his lost glory. Nowadays, he's no longer the square crow of African pool. Players like Kelvin, players like Royd, players like Ginte now seem to be replacing Jerry's stature, fearlessness, especially against opponents. At least for frame number 8, we have an equalizer from the South African bulldozer, Jeremiah Naidoo 4 and Royd Kabwe 4. Once again, you have a 3-minute timeout on the request of Royd. For now, Jeremiah Naidoo, South Africa 4, Royd Kabwe, Zambia 4. Time in exactly 3 minutes.
Okay. You allow people to stand there. You are not. I'm asking. You allow people to stand there. So I shouldn't see anyone. The camera here. People are standing here. Yes, that's right. Yeah, let's let them go back.
Up to now, you don't make any kind of payment. No bad. No bad. Eleven.
Family man, let's go.
You know, there is no space.
Come on, Jerry, man. Come on, Jerry. Come on, boy. Chance is a chance, lady.
Family man, let's go back.
What's Kanda Kanda?
And the bit of noise that you are hearing from the background, by the way, is from Ishmael, who is now turning into some kind of cheerleader for Jerry. The best that Ishmael can do right now, after himself exiting the main event this afternoon, losing out to Kenya's Noah Etabo. Right, Kabwe nowadays the toast of Zambian pool in some kind of way. A guy that is now making a reclaim to being Zambia's best player in the presence at the same arena of both Kelvin and Victor. Royd Kabwe is the guy that in the last two tournaments did reach the highest level. One of them a 16-man competition that was played 2 days ago, where he came second to Uganda's Caesar. The other, he was a quarter-finalist at Timbuktu in Eldoret in Kenya. In that competition, in the round of last 64, his victim was his current opponent now, the South African Jeremiah Naidoo. Naidoo will contemplate to put both black and yellow to the same corner pockets. I think it's the shot he's trying to play. Maybe not. He wants black to the center pocket. On the right, if you're watching on Kipixel's photography. On the left, if you're watching on Break and Finish Live, actually going for the corner pocket. They are going to put instead. How good will it be? The table is so welcoming. It is the table of Royd's home. Yes, he sinks in the black and leads again. Royd 5, Jerry 4. At the venue where we are, ladies and gentlemen, it is pretty much a full house. The DJ has now behaved himself. I like it. For us as streamers, we are not good friends with music during the streaming life, though in life outside the, the streaming thing, who doesn't love music after all? Be observant at the yellow which is touching the blue corner pocket at the bottom. It is now open. Top class shooting from Royd Kabwe. Should be good to go. One of those players that are making a claim to being among the big boys, the real big boys, those that normally call themselves the big five. It has always been Jerry, it has always been Aiden, has always been Caesar, it has always been Ibra. But now the likes of Royd, the likes of Kelvin, the likes of Bube, the likes of Ginte, now a family into the fray. And the more Royd gets good results against guys like this, the more he sets his name firmly chiseled into the books of African pool as one of the best players living on the continent today. What is really missing is a big continental African competition. Yes, he did win a Super Africa 16-man comp in Lusaka last year. Yes, he came second in a similar comp 2 days ago. He really needs to win a comp like this one in which he is playing and is playing good enough too. He has chance to extend his lead to 2 frames by rolling back black to the corner pocket, top left of the screen, watching on key pixels, bottom right, watching on break and finish, and gets it on target and leads by 2 frames. Royd Kabwe 6, Jeremiah Naidoo 5.
This is your new wife. Anytime you want it to take.
In the meantime, our referee of the day, the umpire, is umpire Ibrahim Hassan, a resident in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Royd Kabwe to break frame number 11, needing to win 3, while Jerry needs to win 5 out of the next 8 frames at maximum. Here comes Royd, needing a big break, pyramid break, sinks in 1 yellow, and will clearly be going for the yellows and will clearly be heavily paced for another frame 1 in a row by break and finish. Here comes Mr. Lusaka. He chooses to cross the table with some shot off for the shot. And the 4 yellows at the bottom end of the table, if you're watching on Key Pixels photography, are pretty much portable. It is the top end if you're watching on break and finish. The issue is that the yellow which is in between 2 blues corner pocket, sorry, near the right end of the table on the top if you are on Key Pixels, or left bottom if you are on break and finish. It depends on the camera angle of the 2 streams anyway. Even Aiden is now coming to stand around the table to watch this match to support Jerry to ensure that South Africa do not lose 2 of their finest shooters on the first day of the competition, just to ensure that Jerry doesn't join Ishmael out of the competition in round 2, day number 1 here at CUEMASTERS. A problem with single elimination competitions is that you blink, you are out. There is normally that saying in pool that once you're in, no cash out. Now Jerry is into the match, no timeout. Going for frame number 11, wanting to win 7 out of the first 11. If Royd wins this frame, he will be an overwhelming favorite for victory in this match. While he is not on target, as this is successfully not granted the white ball cheaply away, he however must be wary that he is playing against Africa's potting machine. The potting machine that has lost a little bit of its groove the last few months. The last time out that he was in a major African comp final, Cherry, was 2023, as way back as then. Since then, there is a third place finish you can talk of in the African Superman 16 comp at Timbuktu. Also third place finish in 2 other Superman Africa Super 8 16-man comp, one in Uganda and after this miss, you really feel for Jerry. You do not lose your touch when you're playing against a guy shooting as hot as is Royd. Now here comes the Lusaka Express once again with 3 yellows. How good he will manipulate the next cue ball will determine whether he will be winning or losing the frame in his current visit of the table. That is very good control of the cue ball. Now what he has to do, try and play the yellow ball that is in space, put it to the corner pocket, play the white ball into the blue, use the white ball to play the blue away such that you can play the last yellow comfortably, use this to manipulate white for black. It is the only route to victory. It is the only pattern for any professional player. Not an easy one because white ball is almost direct. Off cushion, round the yellow, beautiful, skillful, imaginative, composed, and brilliant is Royd Kabwe. Surely should be on target. One of those shots where you don't really need to mind about the white because black is in space. White ball listens to the language of its instructor. Instructor Royd will be aiming for black to the corner pocket. There is a clear line, no interception by the blue. Black is sunk, white is safe. Royd extends his lead. Royd Kabwe 7, Jeremiah Naidoo 4.
Come on, Mike. Playing with which team tomorrow? Big name. It's like the Tanzania national team. Clean. No, Tanzania plus Zambia.
That is one of the moments where you see the real Jerry producing such with power and with brilliance and with accuracy and with technique. He's really not having a good time. Jerry is too good to be having this kind of bad form. He has gotten his bad moments in the recent past, signed up by managers, parting ways with them in different countries of the continent. This time round he has sight of the black. He will be hitting it with power and he will be taking very little time to aim. And when he does that, he does it so entertainingly. 1, 2, 3, pa! The best of Jeremiah Naidoo, Africa's king of entertainment, shoots the black as though he wants to break it. That is very good for the eye. Even Eden Joseph gives him a very wide smile. Right, Kabwe 7, Jeremiah Naidoo 5.
I liked that. It's good. Come on, my chef, you see there. Yes, boy, come boy, come boy, come boy. Nasira macho, nasira macho, nasira macho. Acelere macho, acelere macho. Come boy, come boy. Oh, it's good. Yes, boy, come boy. Yes, boy, come boy, come boy. Come on, my boy. Come on. This one, that's okay, Baba. Come on, Mike.
I've shown Eden.
The admin, not the player.
Clearly the biggest match so far in this competition.
It's okay, make it nice.
Quite little space, quite an entertaining match, quite tense, quite pressurous, quite understandable. You cannot be as good as Reid or Jerry and yet get assurance that one of you will be exiting the competition in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes or so of the match. Reid Kabwe has to be very careful. This guy Jerry is more than able to win one frame and another and another. When he does it with very little time and too much speed. Africa has never ever produced a faster player than that one, combining speed and accuracy. For all players I've ever watched, only Stanford Given comes close. That was as close as possible to a foul, as close can be. Jerry must, however, maintain carefulness in his attacking play. Sometimes they say it is better to be accurate than fast. now clear. That not only is Roy leading in terms of scores, he's also leading in terms of amount of support that is being enjoyed here at the venue. The best of Africa on show. The wee hours of the night. The Zambian versus the South African. The Zambian is delivering and delivering to perfection. No time to waste. Black will be sunk. Roy now 8 and Jerry 5. 3 frames to go. Jerry must win them all or else succumb to another second round exit in a big tournament from the same player. Most likely now, I can say that South Africa will be having Aiden and Mandy and that is the Zambian engine roaming around the arena. A ball is made by Jerry under the weight of pressure. And the burden of having to lose to a guy that is trying to take down your place among the elite of African pool. And yet that guy is trying to beat you right in front of his own home fans who do not even speak his language, but have already started driving the Zambian engine, learning it from the Zambian team, for which Roy doesn't play, the team that are Eagles. One thing that can never be denied now, I have to say that for many of the last 15 years, maybe at least 8 of the last 15, maybe at least 11 of the last 15 years, South African players have by far been the best players on the African continent. Since then, that gap has been narrowed down by players from Zambia, from Uganda, from Tanzania. Nowadays, the Kenyans are rising. Of course, the Zimbabweans, one of those players trying to claim a status among Africa's elite is this guy now, Roy Kabwe, whom, if he makes a clearance of this blues, will be winning the match and will be starting off wide celebrations here at CUEMASTERS in Tanzania. Roy along the way. As Roy Kabwe gets now this chance to take down Jerry with a carefully executed pattern, starting to show signs of worriedness in Durban, in South Africa, where Jerry is actually born. No reason to have a smile in Johannesburg, a reason to cry in Cape Town, but signs of pending celebrations in Lusaka, Ndola, in Kitwe, Kabwe, in Chingola, Solwezi, Kasama, all the way to Livingstone at the border with Zimbabwe. Roy Kabwe, with now 3 balls left on the table, all of them pretty portable, all of them in perfect space, especially for a guy wearing a face as hungry as Roy Kabwe. He did make the move from his home in Lusaka to become resident in Tanzania, to have more competition than he was already having at home, and now playing comfortably in Tanzania, knowing that the crowd of the Swahili supporters are firmly in his favor, supporting him in Nyanja, supporting him in Swahili, and supporting him in English. Listen to them. One big shot, a big shot played by Reid. He will be putting putting blue to the corner pockets. Top left on break and finish, bottom right on Kipix's photography, drawing the white ball backwards to have a groove on the black to the center pocket. Oh my God! You cannot miss a ball that easy in a tournament that big against a player of Jerry's stature in a match this crucial, with the weight of expectation of trying to take down this giant South African. This could very easily be the turning point of this match. The fans are in disbelief. Reid seems devastated on his seat. Jerry is waiting to pounce. Complacency at its maximum worst. And Jerry, being the South African bulldozer, he normally crushes when opportunities like this come his way. There comes the bulldozer. Probably a little backspin. Put both yellow and black to the same center pocket. Not really. Off the cushion. In position. Perfect. Nonetheless, black will be put to the same center pocket he would have loved initially anyway. He pulls one back, takes it away from the carelessness of Reid Kabwe, who gives it away almost as a gift. The South African players are starting to dominate in the support. Cheerleading led by Mandy and Aiden and Pilani. Jerry now 6 and Reid 8.
Akalisakia vitatu kuna Kabwe. Jae tatu.
We have been Morgan for this. Dear viewers, I'm informed reliably that this ongoing is the last session of action happening today here at CUEMASTERS in Tanzania. Whatever is the outcome of this match, it will be the last tomorrow. Watch out for Rashid Wagaba, the Ugandan Dog City, taking on Aiden Joseph at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I will be hoping to have more energy and have refreshed my voice and my gadgets charged for that one. It should be as interesting as this one. This one is not yet done though. As we supersede the 2000 mark watching live, combined on Kipixel's photography YouTube as well as Break and Finish Live Facebook, watching some of the best that the continent of Africa has got to show at the moment. Ishmael is shouting to Jerry that you cannot afford to miss anything anymore, and Jerry knows that one very well. You just feel if you are Reid, if you are a fan of Reid, should Reid not win this match? Which kind of sleep will he be having, especially after being given a golden opportunity to take down Jerry once and for all, and then he played like he has never competed before. And it seems the fans of Jerry are getting on top of Reid's voices, talking to them to stop making the noise. The discussion between Jerry and the umpire is that Reid's warning to Jerry's fans did interfere with. Sorry, Jerry is talking to the umpire that Reid's warning to the fans of Jerry who are supporting him as he was playing did interfere with Jerry's psyche. The umpire said that there is nothing I can do for you. You played and did not pot. Reid has another chance to recover. If loss of confidence was one word, for now, that word is Reid. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. One of those times when I let you watch without even interfering with my commentary. Will Jerry open up the dead blue? Not open. Foul. Another opportunity comes begging for the Zambian to take Jerry out of this competition once and for all. The free shot will be very critical. For the free shot, he has played one of his yellows in space. This one should finally be Raid's last dance. Should be the day that is taking Jerry out of a second consecutive competition, in a second consecutive country, in a second consecutive match, in a second consecutive second round. On 4 yellows now. This is where I say that the rest is a formality. Stand up for the champion of the night's biggest match, most likely Zambia. Also stand up for him, Mr. Red Kabwe, Tanzania. Stand up for him, CUEMASTERS. Stand up for him, Sharks. Stand up for him, Eagles. Stand up for him, Spice Lusaka. Red Kabwe now on 2 yellows. Portable by clear connection, 1 yellow into the other. Both should be potted in 2 shots, the same corner pocket. Using the white ball to play the other yellow into perfect space. As easy as the word easy itself, quite off the cushion. Black will clearly be sunk. For one more time, the fans will be silent, just to ensure that the guy that they are supporting with all their mind and heart and soul is the winner. The biggest match of the first round has been won by the Zambian. Listen to the Zambian engine. Thank you for keeping the spirit of the game, Africa. Thank you, supporters of Raid. Thank you, supporters of Jerry. Yes, I love the engine. It's one of my favorite Zambian celebrations. Talk to me, my friend. Talk to me.
Yeah, so there is a lot of happiness in Lusaka, and of course in Durban, in Johannesburg, there's a lot of pain. Royd Kabwe is a machine. Now next we want Eden Joseph. We want to show you that it's not by luck. Royd Kabwe is the real machine. Thank you very much.